Well, we walked with the angels, now it's time to walk with the demons. So, this is a budget version of Mono Black Demons. Very easy to upgrade to the full demons list if you want Rakdos or regular ones. But we went Mono Black to save wildcards. As I said before, this is an intro deck that you could build with a new arena account with a starting wildcard. So, let's get into this. What is this deck trying to do? Well, this deck is built around demons, as you might say. The main card is the Unholy Annex and the Ritual Chamber. These are rooms for Duskmourn. The Unholy Annex is, at the end step, we will draw a card. Then if we don't control a demon, we lose 2 life. If we control a demon, we'll gain life, and our opponent will lose life. The Ritual Chamber makes a 6/6 flying demon token. So, we want demons on the field before that. So, we're running a few demons, but here's 2 smaller ones. We're running a Demon Wall from Final Fantasy. It's an uncommon that is a defender, free that we can pump and make it bigger in the late game, but primarily we want to sit it on the field and draw with the Annex if we can. And from Foundations, we also have the Infernal Vessel. This is a human cleric, but if it dies, it will come back with 2 counters as a demon. So it's a slightly more difficult to remove threat that will give us some redundancy and come back as a demon for the Ritual Chambers, which is pretty good. Now, what's the other bit of our deck? Well, we've got something that synergizes with our final demon, the Blooded Araklazot, where if an opponent will lose life during our turn, they lose twice that life instead. This synergizes beautifully with the Unstoppable Slasher, which is our other rare from the deck. A 2/3 with Death Touch that if it deals damage to an opponent, they lose half their life. But because of the wording of Aklazot, if they're both out, they will just instantly die. The Unstoppable Slasher also has the nice thing that if it doesn't have a counter on it, it will come back if it dies tapped with stun counters on. So it's another hard to remove threat that will drain our opponent's resources while we hopefully drain and keep going with our resources. Now, for our own removal, we have 3 copies of Bit of Triumph for Planeswalker and creature removal, as well as 3 copies of Go for the Throat. Our final rare wildcards went into the Murderous Rider. I liked using this because it is a removal spell that can also serve as a lifelink creature. If we don't have a demon out, lifelink can be pretty relevant because the Ritual Chamber can drain us pretty heavily. Finally, we have our early game interaction. So, Duress and Diversed. These are basically just 1-mana spells that will force our opponent to discard, but also give us a good look at our opponent's hand and see what they're doing. And finally, our land base is just literally 24 swamps. So, as I said before, starter deck, runs pretty well, we'll show you some gameplay, but the core of this deck is basically you want to disrupt your opponent, set up your advantage engine or your aggro engine on an open board, and swing for lethal. Now, it has a very clear upgrade path to the full demons list. Obviously, Thoughtseizes, better mana base, Fables, and red lands if you want to go into Rakdos. There's plenty of decks online to look at, but if you want to start and try this style of deck, I recommend this is a very good jumping on point. Anywho, let's get to some games and you'll see how it runs. Alright, so we're going into best of 1 here with our Mono Black budget demons list. This hand is perfect. We have turn 1 disruption into a demon into an Unholy Annex. Opponent is on the life gain strategy, so it's good to see. We always see that in these decks. We will take the Raise the Past. We might lose the Demon Wall to the Feed the Swarm here, but ultimately we got to stop them doing their big combo move here. So let's get a demon down. It's just a good free blocker at this point. Feed the Swarm could also take out the Ritual Chamber here. Star-Shaped Cleric, ooh, they are starting to drain us. So, with that in mind, I'm going to get the Ritual Chamber down here and just draw a card and gain 2 life, see what happens. Alright, so they could, my guess is they want to take out that, yep, there it goes. So we go down 17. Essence Channeler, scary card. Doesn't matter how much life they gain though, if we can keep halving it. So, let's start with the Unstoppable Slasher here. It's a good card to trade with them. There's a Snarling Girlhound, very good in this deck. They swing again for 2. They don't want to... Oh, are they going to slam the Essence Channeler into the Death Toucher? Well, no, I'll just trade with the Demon Wall. There we go. We're going to lose life here. They're going to get to put the counters on the Cleric. That's fine. So, I'm going to discard a card to save life here and kill the Star-Shaped Cleric, get rid of this excess land. Blood Witch will ping us down. I'm going to get the Infernal Vessel down here because it's a double blocker. If they swing fully in, I can trade it for a creature and do something with there. So Unstoppable Slasher. They do block. Interesting. They do care about their life total, apparently. Oh, Ellis Core, Sadistic Pilgrim. So we've got more drain coming here. Swing in with the Menace. I'm actually going to kill the core here because I don't want to deal with that attacking. Then I'll play the Demon Wall because we can hold it back as a blocker. And let's see if the Unstoppable Slasher gets through this time. It does, halving their life down to 10. Doesn't matter how much life you gain, if the demon can cut it down. Restless Fortress is coming in. So, puts us down to 5 here. I think we have to... I'm trying to figure out, yeah, double block the Restless Fortress, or we could block everything, yeah. We're going to block the Restless Fortress and the Sanctify here, because we want the Infernal Vessel to come back as a demon. There we go. Now we can play a lifelink blocker, swing in, half their life total down to 5. So if they activate the Restless Fortress here and attack, we can block everything, go down to 2, and then gain life on the backswing. Right, they're not doing anything. So play a land here. I could give, yeah, I'm going to give the Demon Wall 2 counters, so it now becomes a 5/5 that can attack. And ultimately, though, we don't have lethal here if they double block in the right way, so I'm going to hold back. They activate the Fortress and go for the attack here, putting us down to 2. We have enough to block and survive, so our opponent concedes. Close game, but pretty good. Good start. Second match here with Mono Black Demons. Again, pretty good hand. We do need a land, but early disruption. Oh, there's the land, so it's fine. Let's duress, see what our opponent's up to. Oh, it is a ramp deck, so we'll take away the Mono Black Buster. We've basically got to kill them before they get up to casting Anugan. So let's divest. Take away the Platinum Merc, keep their ramp down. This Zenith Chronicler isn't going to do anything in our deck. We are monocolored, so they will not see anything. So let's get an Unstoppable Slasher down here. See if we want. We can obviously beta block, but at the same time, if our opponent's not doing anything too crazy, we can go crazy. There's another multicolored protect. They are spec'd for like my traditional Niv to Light deck, which is crazy. Okay, we will take definitely the Forsaken Monument here. It keeps them. They're off Ugin for a while here. I'm gonna kill the Zenith Chronicler here because it's the only thing that could trade with the Unstoppable Slasher. Then we'll see if they want to defend their life total here. Opponent is apparently not happy that we stripped their hand away with interaction. I'm guessing they just wanted us to leave them alone and let them ramp up to Anugan. Let's attack, see if they go for it. They don't, so we slash their life down to 10. There's their 5th land. Put 2 counters on the charge. Oh, this is great. So we actually have enough here. So let's go with the Ritual Chamber. The reason I didn't go with the Unholy Annex here is because if we didn't, we would have been hit with the Blast Zone killing our Ritual Chamber. Well, we got a clear shot here now, so we just kill the with the Modus Rider. And then we swing in. They don't have the mana to activate the Blast Zone. If they do, they have to sack a land. And then they'll die. Either way to everything here because they can't answer both the threats, so they concede. Yep, we stripped that one easy. Final Demons match here. Third match, let's see what we get. Okay, no real thing here, but we have a good curve. So, let's divest to get full info on their hand. It appears to be a Death Touch tribal deck. Okay, so we'll take away the Hooded Blightfang. We have removal for their Death Touch creatures. We have creatures which can trade with them. So it's nothing too crazy. I'm tempted to duress, see if they got anything else. But honestly, I'm going to pay 3 life here and get rid of their Dragon Sniper. As I said, I want to get to a point where we can drop creatures as blockers. And Infernal Vessel is actually great in this matchup because, yeah, Right, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to bait them to swing in. I will block with Vessel, bring it back as a demon, then next turn play an Annex to get a free Annex trigger. Because I'm assuming that this is going to be the Hooded Blightfang. Yep, then they swing in. We'll block for the trade, get it back as a demon, get another land here, so let's kill the Fang before they can gain card advantage. Also, we saw the fight spell in their hand, it's technically the bite spell, sorry. So let's take away one of these bite spells. Now they could trade for the 4/4 definitely. For free with the Renegade using the bite here. Yep. Good sin. So I'm actually just gonna get the Unholy Annex going here. And we draw another Annex, which is pretty funny. They do have another spell to fight with here. So, judging by how this is going, I actually think my best bet is to play the Unstoppable Slasher here. That will force them to use a bite spell, which will then bring it back either way, and then... Oh yeah, they are doing it. I was going to say, why are you not doing it? We draw, there's our 5th land, so we're in a pretty good spot now. There's another Death Touch blocker. So let's play a Murderous Rider as a blocker, and we can hold up a go for the throat now. Because now, if our opponent tries to use another bite spell, we can actually kill it in response. Well, we're going to go for the throat here. Stop that. Go to our turn. Let's make the demon with this other chamber, because in case they want to blow up the chamber, we'll be alright. So now we get to gain life, go up to 8. And our opponent has a bad draw, I think, and ultimately concedes. So yep, we survived Death Touch.